Tammy Slaton unfiltered, confidence, content, and the complex road beyond 1,000 pounds. The journey of Tammy Slaton, documented with unflinching honesty on TLC's 1000 LB Sisters, has been nothing short of seismic. From the depths of immobility and life-threatening obesity, facing the grief of her husband Caleb's passing shortly after her own monumental weight loss, Tammy has emerged as a figure of resilience. Having shed nearly 400 pounds, conquered tracheostomy dependency, and undergone transformative skin removal surgery, the world watches, fascinated and often intrusive, as she navigates her radically new reality. One persistent question, fueled by societal curiosity and the often reductive nature of fame, bubbles to the surface. With this dramatic physical transformation and burgeoning confidence, is Tammy Slaton poised to pivot towards risqué content creation? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The answer, revealed in a candid conversation reflecting her evolving self-awareness, is far more nuanced and empowering than a simple yes or no. It's a declaration of autonomy, a testament to hard-won self-worth, and a firm redirection of the narrative towards what truly matters: her health, her happiness, and her hard-earned voice. The weight of expectation and the gaze of the public. Before diving into Tammy's present stance, it's crucial to acknowledge the context. For years, Tammy existed in a body scrutinized under the harsh, unforgiving lens of reality television and social media commentary. Her size was the central plot point, the source of conflict, pity, and often cruel mockery. Her life was dissected, her eating habits, her mobility struggles, her relationships, her emotional fragility. The camera captured moments of profound vulnerability, moments many would never want shared. The concept of content surrounding Tammy was intrinsically linked to her physical struggles. Now, having achieved what many deemed impossible, the public gaze hasn't lessened, it's merely shifted focus. The curiosity is palpable. What does she look like now? How does she feel? What will she do with this new body? And inevitably, in a culture obsessed with sexuality and the commodification of the female form, especially one dramatically altered, the question arises: will she capitalize on this transformation with revealing photo shoots, OnlyFans, or similarly suggestive content? Tammy speaks, owning the narrative. Sitting comfortably, her demeanor radiating a calm confidence unfamiliar in earlier seasons, Tammy addresses the elephant in the room with characteristic, albeit more measured, bluntness. "It's wild, honestly," she begins, a wry smile touching her lips. "People been watching me struggle for years, couldn't walk, couldn't breathe, fighting for every single pound lost. I put my whole life, the ugly and the hard parts, out there for the show. Now I finally get to a place where I feel good? Stronger? Like me again? And the first thing some folks want to know is if I'm gonna start pausing half naked?" She pauses, her expression turning thoughtful. "Look, I ain't judging nobody who does that. If that's how someone wants to express themselves or make their money, more power to 'em. But for me? Nah. That ain't the point of all this. That ain't why I fought so damn hard." The true transformation, beyond skin deep. Tammy's rejection of the risqué content path isn't rooted in shame or prudishness. It's anchored in a profound understanding of what her journey was truly about, an understanding forged in the fires of near-death experiences and relentless self-work. 1. Reclaiming functionality, not flaunting form. "Y'all gotta understand," she emphasizes, leaning forward. "For so long, my body was a prison. It hurt. It stopped me from living. Getting the skin removed wasn't about looking like a swimsuit model. It was about not tripping over folds of skin. It was about being able to take a shower without struggling. It was about wearing normal clothes without sores. It was about finally feeling light." Her goal was liberation from physical pain and limitation, not adherence to conventional standards of sexual desirability. The freedom she celebrates is the freedom to walk through a park, not pose provocatively. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. 2. Mental health as the foundation. Tammy's journey has been as much psychological as physical. Battling deep-seated trauma, grief, especially the recent loss of Caleb, depression, and the addictive behaviors tied to her food dependence, her focus now is fiercely protective of her hard-won mental equilibrium. "My head's in a better place than it's ever been, but it's still work," she states plainly. "Every day. Throwing myself into that kind of intense public scrutiny about my body again, just in a different way? Nah. That feels like asking for trouble. I fought too hard for this piece." Creating risque content often invites a specific, often harsh and hypercritical, type of attention and commentary, a vortex she consciously chooses to avoid. 3. Caleb's memory and personal values. While careful not to over-romanticize a relationship cut tragically short, Tammy acknowledges that her marriage to Caleb, though brief, impacted her self-perception. "Caleb saw me when I was still big. He saw me fightin'. He was proud of me gettin' the surgery," she shares, her voice softening. "He liked me for me. That meant somethin'. It still does." More broadly, her values seem rooted in authenticity and the relationships that sustained her through her darkest times, her family, her close friends. "My family's been through enough drama," she adds with a hint of her trademark humor. "I don't think Amy needs to explain sexy pictures of me to her kids." 4. Defining her own brand of confidence. Tammy's confidence is palpable, but it manifests differently. It's in her steady gaze, her clearer speech, her willingness to set boundaries, and her excitement about future possibilities that don't revolve around her physical appearance in a sexualized context. "I feel confident wearing cute clothes that fit," she says, lighting up. "Confident walkin' into a restaurant without everyone starin' 'cause of my size. Confident speakin' my mind. Confident that I can handle things that used to terrify me. That's my sexy. That's what feels powerful." Her confidence is derived from capability, resilience, and self-possession, not from presenting her body as a sexual object for public consumption. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. 5. Content on her terms. This doesn't mean Tammy is shying away from sharing her life or her new body entirely. She remains active on social media, at Tammy Slaton, sharing updates, glimpses of her adventures, her evolving style, and moments with family and friends. She openly discusses her skin removal results when asked, acknowledging the physical realities of such massive weight loss. "If I wear a swimsuit on the show or on Instagram, 'cause I'm actually enjoyin' a pool for the first time in forever, that's just me livin'," she clarifies. "It ain't a photo shoot. It ain't calculated. It's just Tammy. Finally able to do normal things." The distinction is crucial, sharing her life authentically as part of her ongoing journey versus deliberately creating sexually suggestive content as a product. The commodification question and future focus. The pressure to monetize a dramatic physical transformation, especially in the influencer economy, is immense. Platforms like OnlyFans offer lucrative possibilities. Tammy is pragmatic but firm. "Money's always a thing, sure," she acknowledges. "The show helps, social media can help. But some things ain't worth the cost. My peace of mind? My respect for myself and what I've been through. That ain't for sale like that. I didn't lose 400 pounds just to turn around and sell pictures of my new body in ways that don't feel right to me." So, what does the future hold for Tammy Slaton's content? Continued authenticity, more glimpses into her life post-skin removal, the challenges, the joys, the mundane realities. Continuing to be open about mental health maintenance. Advocacy, on her terms. While perhaps not a formal spokesperson, her journey inherently speaks to issues of obesity, weight loss surgery realities, mental health, grief, and body acceptance. She may choose to leverage her platform for causes she connects with deeply, like mental health awareness or grief support. Living life, her primary focus seems to be on experiencing the world she was closed off from for so long. Travel, she recently visited a water park, building healthier relationships, exploring hobbies, and simply enjoying mobility. Her content will likely reflect these lived experiences organically. Boundary setting, expect her to continue defining what she shares and what she keeps private, pushing back against intrusive speculation with increasing assertiveness. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Conclusion: the power of no and the triumph of self-definition. Tammy Slaton's revelation that risque content isn't on her horizon is more than just an answer to a salacious question. It's a powerful statement of self-determination. It signifies a profound shift from being defined by her physical form, first by its immensity, now by assumptions about its potential sexualization, to defining herself by her resilience, her journey, and her hard-earned right to choose her own path. Her no to expected tropes of post-weight loss content creation is a resounding yes to the authenticity of her recovery. It's a declaration that her worth was never solely tied to her weight, and it certainly isn't tied to her willingness to conform to a new, but equally objectifying, set of expectations after losing it. The most compelling content Tammy Slaton creates now isn't about revealing skin. It's about revealing the ongoing, complex, and inspiring story of a woman reclaiming her life, her voice, and her right to define her own confidence and success, entirely on her own terms. The true risque move, it turns out, is daring to be Tammy, unfiltered and unapologetically herself, in a world that constantly tries to tell her who she should be. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.